Welcome back to another reading vlog. My name is Chris. I do a lot of reading vlogs, hauls, anything book related. Today's reading vlog, we are going to be reading a few books. So the first book we're reading in this vlog is going to be So Happy Together by Olivia Worley. And this is a new author that I got introduced to. This seems so interesting. We're following a woman named Jane, and she just recently got dumped from this guy named Colin. She thinks they're soulmates. She's very persistent on getting him back. We are following a delusional, unhinged female main character, and if you know anything about me, you're speaking my love language. I love a unhinged female main character, and this is a thriller with funny commentary with a whole bunch of twists. This sounds so much fun, like popcorn thriller vibes, and the cover is so beautiful. First one we're getting into this vlog. The next one is gonna be The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and this is by Carissa Broadbent. And I've heard a lot of good things about this, and since I've kind of been in my fantasy kick, I decided to start this one, and I have already started it. So far I'm loving it. And in this one we're following a woman named Aurea, which I love that name, it's so pretty, and she is human, but she was raised by Nightborn vampire king named Vincent, and he pretty much raised her and taught her how to fight and be this strong character. And she is entering this tournament that if she wins, she will be granted a wish. And I'm sure there's a ton more things about this book, but as far as I'm aware, that is the gist of it. This is romantasy, so I'm excited to dive into this one too. The next one we're getting into is Edenville, and this was a Dollar Tree pick, and just the cover alone really intrigued me. I think that looks so spooky. And this is about a town called Edenville, and we're following a man named Marion, and he just published his first debut novel, which is called The Shattered Man, and it's not doing so good, not as good as he would like it to do, so he's feeling a little bit discouraged. We are also following his girlfriend Quinn, and he gets a call from his old college inviting him to be a writer in residence. And so he decides, hey, this might kickstart my career, this might help my book get more traction. And so he's like dead set on going to his hometown again, but his girlfriend Quinn is not quite not really wanting to do it. She just feels like something about that town, she doesn't want to go back. We're not sure, but it's giving spooky, it's giving maybe horror and creepy town vibes, and I'm really into that. So we are definitely going to be jumping into this one. The last book we'll be reading in this vlog is going to be an ARC, and it does release, I believe, this month. I will put the pub date, and this is by Faith Gardner, and this is her new book, and I loved Mirror House Girls so much. So when I saw that she was coming out with this book, I said, yeah, I definitely want to read it, and it's perfect for summer. It involves a water park, theme park vibe, and murders happen in this water park. It's set in 1977, I believe, and it's just giving it's giving all the vibes for summer. So I am so in the mood for this, so we'll be diving into this one as well. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you enjoy the vlog. Good morning vlog. It is about 6 in the morning. I'm currently getting ready for work, but I wanted to give you guys a little update on Wonderland by Jennifer Hillier. I am really enjoying this book, and I think this may be my first theme park thriller, if I'm not mistaken. And I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as I am. The way that Jennifer Hillier just writes her books is so captivating. I am so engaged in this story, and I thought it was just gonna be, I feel like there's so many layers to this story, and I'm just really eating it up. I love it so much. We are following detective, or the chief of police, and she just moved into this area where she used to live as a kid, and she used to actually work for this theme park called Wonderland. Wonderland pretty much controls the whole city. This is a small town. This theme park just brings in all the attraction. They bring in all the money to this town. So you can tell they're kind of into some things happen in this park that's not supposed to happen. The founder of this theme park, like a pedo. So he wound up passing away, and he wound up doing some bad things, so check your triggers. But now this new founder, he's not very new, but he's the one after the original founder. Now a body has been found on the premise, and we're following the chief of police that is new to being the chief of police in this area and doesn't really know how things work in this town. And she's slowly finding out that, Wonderland has a lot of pull in the town, and there's just a lot of sinister things happening that the police before her didn't really do a good job at uncovering and trying to find what's happening in this town, because there's a lot of missing boys from the ages of like 17, 18, and then they just consider them runaways. But it doesn't really add up, and the chief of police now, the new one, her name is Vanessa, we're following her, and she's like, no, not on my watch. I'm gonna make sure I find out what's happening with these kids and all this stuff. So it's really, really intriguing. The story is just, like I said, a lot of layers. So we're not just following just these young kids. And I think that was why I was kind of hesitant on these theme park thrillers, because I don't want to follow young kids. I don't really like a lot of YA stuff. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to. But I should have known with Jennifer Hillier that that's not what I was going to get. So I'm really enjoying this. And there's actually like a subtrope romance happening with the chief of police and someone else in the town. And I'm actually really liking it. So it's a good little romance. It's definitely not like, you know, the whole book or anything, but I do like it. So I think she's like the CEO of the Wonderland theme park. Her name is Bianca, and she is actually, and you find this out very early on in the book, but she likes the young boys. She likes young boys. She is just a bad person. She is a shitty ass person, and we're kind of investigating her because we think the chief thinks that she may be involved in, you know, something. So I'm really eager to see what's going on. Like I said, I'm about like 70% in, so I'm almost done, and the audiobook is so good. So if you have the audiobook, I would highly recommend to listen to it because I'm really enjoying this audiobook. Also, I wanted to share what I'm currently watching as well, because I feel like I'm the last person to watch this damn show, and I don't know what took me so long to watch this, but I just started Death Note, the anime, and I'm like kicking myself in the ass for waiting so long because I'm loving this damn anime. It's so good. Oh my god. And now I want to finish it and watch the live action. I know there's one from 2006, I think the Japanese one, and then they have the American version, which I don't know, it doesn't really look too good, but I'm gonna watch both of them. But oh, I'm freaking loving that shit. Oh my god, if you have any anime recommendations, please leave them below because I love anime. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to anime. Good morning, guys. So I'm getting into work right now and it's pouring rain, so I hope that's not distracting in the background. But I did want to give you a little bit of an update because I want to jump into our next book. I did want the Finishing Wonderland by Jennifer Hillier, and I'm gonna rate it a 4.25 star. I didn't feel that 5-star punch, but the ending was just like I was very entertained throughout the whole entire story, and I was very eager to know what the heck was going on. But I think the twist fell a little flat for me. It was kind of like, oh, I didn't even remember who the person that was, you know, doing all of these things, these bad things. I didn't even remember character. I was like, wait, who was that again? Maybe 1 or 2 times in the beginning, and then we get to the part and I'm just like, what? Like, I was so confused. So I kind of wanted more from the story, from the plot, you know. I wanted to be a little bit more mind blown. But as for a theme park thriller, I definitely felt the vibes, and I just felt like it was summertime, going to the theme parks as, you know, a young kid. So I definitely was feeling it, and I did have a good time. Do recommend it for sure if you're looking for that kind of atmosphere. And then it got me thinking, I almost forgot that I got an early release arc of Faith Gardner's new book that's coming out. I'll put the date on the screen because I don't remember exactly the date it's coming out. But it's called Breakneck Bay, and I believe it's water park theme park thriller. So I'm very eager to read that. So I'm gonna try to squeeze that in this vlog. I definitely want to read that this month in June. So yeah, that is the book I just finished. And then I did actually jump into another book because I was kind of in the mood for like an unhinged kind of unhinged story plot, unhinged character, and I got the audiobook and I'm waiting for the physical book in the mail. So I said, let's start the audiobook for now because I should be getting that book any day now. It's called So Happy Together by Olivia Worley. I've never heard of this author. She is new to me. I've already seen a few reviews of this book and I'm hearing 5 stars. This is essentially about a woman named Jane, and she was dating this guy named Colin that they met online in a dating site for about 2 months, and she just fell head over heels for him. So she's completely obsessed with him, but one day out of the blue he just breaks it off with her and she's devastated. She's like, he broke my heart, this and that. But this woman, Jane, is delusional. She's in her own delulu land because she is trying to get this guy back by dating other guys and being in his area to potentially like bump into him so that he can get jealous of her being on these dates with other men to kind of win him back. And she winds up succeeding in the fact that he found her, like he saw her on the date. But she's thinking like, oh my god, I know he still wants me. Like, she is absolutely delusional. So I'm eating up her character so much, and he's actually dating someone else, and she's like playing this whole like relationship plot in her head that he's just faking this relationship and that he wants her back. It's absolutely like the definition of delusional. And I'm just loving it. I love it. It's so entertaining. She is crazy. Like, her being in her head is like, girl, you're crazy, huh? It's so funny. So I'm really enjoying this one. I'll give you some updates a little bit later. Vlog. I just wanted to give you an update. It's been a few days. I've just been very busy, but I did finish So Happy Together by Olivia Worley, and this was fun. I did not expect where this was gonna go. The whole time I'm just like, man, I'm trying to figure out like, where's this going? Because we're following Jane and she is damn delusional. Like I was explaining to you in the beginning, she is delusional. Like, I think she's probably one of the most delusional, unhinged characters I've read about. She is persistent. She is really trying to get Colin back after 6 dates only. Like, she just fell head over heels over him within 6 dates. And I am a firm believer of love at first sight and stuff, but I'm like, girl, what did this man do to you for you to be this crazy that you want him back? So she winds up befriending his current girlfriend and they kind of hit it off. And there's a murder that happens. And I'm like, oh, we're getting to the good stuff. And it did. It definitely, I did not expect the ending. It was a very like, oh wow. It surprised me. It's in the best way. It surprised me. And this was just really fun. It was giving more of like a rom-com thriller vibe, which I loved. It was just so entertaining. The commentary by Jane, even though she is delusional, her commentary was pretty funny. Like, she was very down to earth and very relatable. There was times where she kind of like frustrated me. Nonetheless, this book was really entertaining and I had a great time with it. I did rate it a 4-star. And for my next read, I did start Edenville. And I have to say, within the first couple of pages, I was already giggling. The writing style of this author is really funny. I had to take out cinematic because it kept trying to focus on the book. But yes, I did start this and I'm really enjoying the writing style. This author is very funny and it's like dark humor, but adult humor, you know what I mean? Like, it's rated R humor, but it's really funny. I was already giggling within like 5 minutes of reading this book, which I love. And very mysterious already. I'm kind of already getting immersed within the story. there was a point where explaining Edenville and the origins of a small city, just explaining the origins, and it was very interesting. But it's very like I have to really focus, and yesterday was so busy for me that I couldn't focus on the details. So I did put this down for now, because today I also have a very busy day, so I'm gonna be driving a lot. Although I do have this on audio as well, like I said, I want to really listen and pay attention to the details of the origins of the story, because I know that's going to matter later on in the book. But I know I'm going to enjoy this. I kind of wanted something more fast paced, and so I picked up The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I've heard nothing but good things about this, and I just got this in the mail, and I just got the audio. So I was like, oh yeah, I want to start this. So I did start this on audio yesterday, and I'm about almost 4 hours in the audio, and I'm really enjoying it. Very fast paced. It has vampires, has trials. I'm definitely wanting to know more about this world, more about what's going on, the outcome of the story. In this book, we're following a human, and her name is Aureya, which I love that name. It's so pretty, Aureya. And when she was a young girl, a vampire that is very well known found her and pretty much raised her. And so everyone in this world knows that she is his human, and they're very interested in her because I guess in this world, human blood is very hard to come by. So it's very dangerous. Like, can you imagine rare human with a world full of vampires? And the only way that Aureya can be more than just this human is to enter in the Kajari. And the Kajari is a legendary tournament held by the goddess of death herself. And if she wins this tournament, she can be granted a wish. So I'm not sure what that wish is yet, but the trials just started in the book, and it happens very fast in the book. Like within the first few chapters, she's already entering this tournament. She's been training with her stepfather, which is the vampire that took care of her. She calls him her father, and he's been training her whole life. So she feels like she can do it, and she's already having some big troubles while being in this tournament because obviously vampires, human, not a good combination. And so she meets this other vampire, and his name is Rain, and he's pretty much wanting to have an alliance with her while they're in this tournament so they can have each other's backs, but we're not sure why he wants a human to be on his side, and he has other reasons, I'm sure, that we haven't found out. But yeah, I'm really interested. The banter is really funny, and yeah, I'm really enjoying this book, so I will continue reading and listening to this on audio while I'm out and about today. I will give you guys a update in the next check-in. Hello vlog. I finished Breakneck Bay by Faith Gardner yesterday at the pool. I have mixed feelings on this. Breakneck Bay, Faith Gardner's new book coming out, I believe June 24th. And I have to say, I'm a little underwhelmed. We're following a woman named Kit. She just got married to a man named Mitch. We're following them moving to this small town where Breakneck Bay water theme park resides. Apparently Mitch helped build this water park with the owner of the park. So they're really good friends. They go way back. And apparently Mitch would work there pretty much half the year when him and Kit were just dating, and she lived back in LA. So they were kind of doing long distance. And Mitch is he's already giving weird vibes. One of the days they're going into work and they open up Mitch's office, and there's a whole bunch there's like a crime scene. What looks like a crime scene. We don't know if it's a crime scene. So now, but there's no body. So there's no body, but there's teeth and blood. Police are involved. They're trying to figure out whose blood is this. And then just like the plot starts. Immediately we're jumping into that within like a few chapters. So I do appreciate how fast paced this felt. The writing style, loved it. Faith Gardner just knows how to write a story. My problem is with just the plot itself. It was very predictable, and it just left no mystery. I felt like I knew this book was whatever everything about the book when I finished it, and I was hoping I was gonna be wrong, but I wasn't. And that just kind of like bummed me out. Some pros that I did like, I love the atmosphere. The water park summer, this was a perfect summer thriller. Very fast paced, like I said. We are dual timeline. We are following a POV of Kit, and we're following the POV of the Hawk, which we have no idea who he is, but we do know that he is somewhat of a predator. So check your trigger warnings. I actually really enjoyed that aspect, the back and forth. We're going into 1970s in the Hawk's POV, and then in Kit's POV, we're in 1982 or in the 80s. And I like that vibe too. I love the 80s and 70s vibes. Book was not the problem. It was just the plot itself. It fell a little flat. It was very predictable. And I did rate this a 3.5 star because of the prose. I really enjoy Faith Gardner's writing and how fast paced it was. But as for the plot itself rating, I would have definitely probably rated this a 3 star if it was just the plot. So I did overall round it out to 3.5 star. I feel like it was a great summer read, but don't get your expectations high on being wowed by the plot. So 3.5 star, this was okay. I expected a little bit more. Also finished, which I'm so sorry for not updating you sooner, but I did finish The Serpent and the Wings of Night a few days ago, and this also kind of underwhelmed me. I think this was a good introduction to the series. The beginning, it definitely grabbed me. It was just towards the middle where I was like, I'm kind of getting annoyed by the repetitiveness of the tournament. The tournament wasn't my favorite thing about this. Now, I can do a tournament trial type theme, but when it just like kind of drags out, I was like, okay, can we get to the good stuff? Like, I don't know, I was getting kind of like bored of the tournament itself. Now the romance, I felt like I wasn't as connected with towards the middle. Like I still wasn't connecting with the romance. I still wasn't connecting with the female main character. I did like that she was a very strong-willed female main character. But I don't know, I just wasn't connecting. Now, towards like 60 to 70% and on, sold. I was like, ooh, yes, this is what I've been wanting. This is what I was craving. And the ending of the book just really validated my feelings that I definitely want to continue the series. I did rate this a 3.75 star because it wasn't overall, it didn't give me that 4 or 5 star feeling, but the end of the book, I really enjoyed more than anything in the beginning or the middle. The ending was what really I enjoyed this book. Yeah, the ending was my favorite part, like towards the end. So I definitely want to continue the series. I just feel like this was a little bit overhyped, in my opinion, this book specifically, but maybe it gets better in the series. So I'm excited to read this further. But yeah, it was good, 3.75 star. And then I know I said I was gonna get to Edenville, but my mood readerness is not letting me. And it's not the book. It's definitely not the book because it is very interesting. Every time I get into it, I'm like, oh, that's so interesting, but I'm just not in the mood for something like this right now. But when I am in the mood for this, I will be picking it up. Probably see this in a future vlog, so stay tuned for that. But I'm so sorry I didn't get to this. I just was not in the mood. And after I read Breakneck Bay, which I finished yesterday, I kind of was like in a little bit of a I wasn't in the mood for that. But after I finished Breakneck Bay, I wanted something a little quick, and my friend Michaela here, I think it's Michaela Reads, she recommended this in a recent reading vlog, and she said she ate it up. She loved it. It was so good, and it blew her mind. And I wound up downloading on KU, and I started it yesterday at the pool after I finished Breakneck Bay. And yes, the beginning straight on grabbed me. I did not finish it. I'm still reading it, but I'm really enjoying it. So you'll probably see that in the next vlog. But anyway, I just wanted to close out this vlog. I wanted to just give you my overall thoughts. We also finished, So Happy Together in this vlog, and I rated this a 4 star. Really great rom-com thriller. Perfect if you're looking for a lighthearted, feel-good thriller with a plot that's really gonna entertain you. I really enjoyed this one. Those are the books we read in this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see any books in my future reading vlogs, please let me know in the comments. I hope you have a beautiful day.